Luke Thomas in Houston, Texas, just before the Bellator 149 pre-fight press conference next to Kimbo Slice, who is in the co-main event and takes on Dada 5000 on Spike TV. Kimbo, thank you for your time. You know, at the open workouts yesterday, he said something I found very curious, and I found your response very interesting. He had essentially accused you of any number of things, but the one I wanted to center on was that you had left the neighborhood where you come from. And your point I thought was kind of interesting, which was, right, like I'm supposed to do that. I'm trying to develop a life and a lineage and a family. Have you ever had anyone criticize you in that particular kind of way?
Not at all, man. That was the first. He's the first idiot to think the way he thinks, you know. And this is not his world. It's not his place. An idiot like that do not belong in a sport that's amazing like mixed martial arts, you know, where people, you know, raise their family and kids up in. You know, it's like a livelihood, you know, so for him to have these ridiculous allegations, it just shows how ignorant this guy is that I'm about to face on the 19th of February. So I'm really looking forward to giving him a couple of stiff jabs, you know, to break his jaw, shut him up, because I'm sick of hearing him talk. I'm sick of the ignorant shit he's been saying, you know, and it gets to you after a while to realize, man, someone is really that stupid walking around on this beautiful earth, you know, and so now I'm getting ready to fight him. So I got to do what I feel is right for me to do, break him the fuck up.
Talk to your manager. He did not have particularly complimentary things to say about Dada's work on the heavy bag. Did you see him at the open workout yesterday?
I've heard a lot about it, but I didn't really get a chance to look at it because, you know, I'm kind of like a superstitious person. He may look shitty, but that doesn't mean he would come into the fight in a shitty way. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're getting ready for a fight. You're not going to look as shitty as you look. You know, so I'm thinking maybe it was a front. It could have been a front. It could have been like he was just not trying to display anything, you know, be flat-footed and, you know, hit the bag sloppy. But may come in there with some skills. I'm hoping he does. You know, I like to fight a guy when they're at their best. It makes a good fight.
What do you expect? I mean, you probably don't even care to some extent, but I guess I'm wondering if you think he's an imposter in some ways, or this is not his world, surely that must mean after this fight, he's probably done in Bellator, in your estimation, right?
I'm hoping that he is. You know, I would like to end his career, but like I said, if I break his jaw or break something on his body, he couldn't do nothing else. So if I have the time before these, I hope the refs is not as fast as they normally are. I have the time, the opportunity, I can break something. And, you know, I got goals, you know. Like, I'm going to set my goals. You know, I'm going to, you know, try to do what I can do.
Actually, Dada 5000 told me that this was the last fight on your contract. Your manager's telling me that's not true at all. Go ahead and just confirm it here. You have several more fights on the contract, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you're 42, right? How do you see yourself in mixed martial arts today? Do you see yourself as, I mean, you've been around since the days where it really popped off and you were there for part of it?
For mixed martial arts, you know, your late 30s, early 40s, you're at your primes. That's not the same in the sport for NFL or the NBA, but for boxing and contact sports like these, because they're like the timing is not like a long duration like how it is in the NFL. The running, the up and the down, and the basketball, the jumping and the dunking. You know, the body would take a toll. But for a sport like this, you're at your prime. You're considered to be still young in the game. You know, so you can still, like Hoyce and like a Ken, you know, and a lot of the guys, you can still display another 5, 10 more years in the fight game and be successful.
But I guess I also mean positionally, do you see yourself as kind of like, I don't know, elder statesman? I'm not sure what the word is exactly, but you've seen the MMA go up, you've seen it go down, seen it come back. You've fought for a number of different organizations. When you look back on it, how do you position yourself relative to all of that?
I never gave that any thought. I feel like I'm still a good marquee person to have on an organization. We bring the numbers, we move the needles. The fans, they support me 100%. You know, I come into the game, the fight game, to fight. I don't come in to you're not gonna get me laying, rolling around on the ground, even though I possess those skills. But that's not the fight fans want to see. I give the type of fight that fans would like to see and want to see, and that's what makes us continue to be, you know, a future successor in this sport for a duration of time, a long time, period of time.
There are some. So Scott Coker's main objective is to get the biggest audience possible. So he books the acts that get that, and it's the athletes that get that. But there is at least a portion of the hardcore fan base, I think we both know they're going to watch, but they have had some objections. They say you should have absolutely every single time the best fighters go against the best fighters. When you hear those kinds of criticisms, what is your response?
Well, I don't hear those type of criticisms to be able to give it thought, you know what I'm saying? So something like that I couldn't answer to because I don't want to give a bullshit answer to something I haven't heard, you know, but for what it's worth, I'm sure they have people in the organization on that level that can answer those questions. So that question, I, skip past or buck, whatever, and we can go to the next one.
Fair enough. You and Mike Brown, it's like MMA's odd couple, but it totally works. What is the source of your, camaraderie, or you seem to trust him in a particular kind of way? How does your relationship work with Mike Brown?
When you have a fighter, like a trainer like Mike Brown, who's been to the top, a title holder, and held it, took it and held it, you know what I'm saying? Then you have that a trainer like that. They know the game. They know what it takes to get to any level of this fight game, and that's what makes it works, And he's a good guy in a sense, and he has a fucking beard. Come on, man. You kidding me? All around, Mike Brown, he's an awesome dude. He's a straight shooter. He doesn't bullshit me on my training camp. He lets me know, if I'm looking a little bit shitty, if I throw a lazy jab, he'll let you know. He's straight up.
Was there a moment in time where you like, I got to work more with that guy? Was there an individual instance where you're like, that is for sure my trainer?
You gotta just you gotta find what works for you. Communicate with your trainer, the way you guys train together, communicate while you're training, and everything from the stand up to holding pads to the ground. You got to have a relationship, a communication level with the person, and then you'll know from there. A lot of times it's a hit and miss, but for the most part, once we trained together, because we kind of knew each other from before, when he was fighting and I was also fighting, but we never conversated to this level of him being a trainer. So when he was all done with the fighting and we trained together once or twice, I was like, yeah, Mike, let me use you again, buddy. Let's do it again. So now we have a friendship, more other than just, just training. We speak to each other away from ATT. So it's something there.
As you approach Friday, you're different than you were before the Shamrock fight because there was a little bit of animosity there, as there in any kind of natural competitive way. This one seems to me like a much heavier burden for both guys to carry in terms of all that anger and animosity. Are you looking forward to this to let that go? Are you looking forward to feed off of it? How do you view all the extra anger that wasn't there in the last fight?
Good question. I feed off of it. I got a lot of buildup. Physically, sexually, mentally, there's a lot of buildup there. I've learned how to use it all. You know what I'm saying? I can have a smile now. But a couple weeks ago, I was angry as hell. I was really pissed off, walking around pissed off. Have to take a deep breath before I deal with my family, deal with my kids, because I was just angry at this idiot for being an idiot. You know what I'm saying? But now I've learned how to work with it all. I can literally wait until Friday. I got some good stiff-ass jabs to give this dude, man. I can't wait to really bust him up. I'm really looking forward to this. I think I'm going to have fun in this. This is going to be my first fight that I'm going to actually have fun in, kicking someone's ass.
Last question before we let you go. You've mentioned it twice now, once in this interview and once when you walked in. Are you a big believer in no sex before fighting?
Yeah, man, I still believe that, man, because, I do my thing, but, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you got to hold, because it's like this. Honestly, fighters know, when you release and all that training and everything, it make your legs weak. Your legs don't be as strong. It kind of trembles and shivers and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, man.
I have a vague idea what you're talking about.
So with that being said, to train like I train, to be so intense, that build up, it's there. You know what I'm saying? So you want to just hold off another couple more days because you want to really be at your best. When you fight. You know what I'm saying? It makes you. I feel stronger, and I feel more solid. I can flip this damn table over, and feel good about it. You know what I mean?
Best of luck to you on Friday, and enjoy your post-Friday celebrations.
What's up, man? I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time.